know if anybody's in here right now. I don't know how to tell if anybody's in here. Can somebody say something, please, so I know that anybody's in here? I haven't done live like this in so long. Oh my gosh, it has been so freaking long since I've done. Okay, now I can see. Okay, so I've got some stuff that I want to say and some things that I want to address, and there are very few people who know what I'm about to say, and it's probably going to come as a surprise to some people, but I don't care, because at the end of the day, I have to do what I think is right and what I can live with. And anybody that has ever watched me for any length of time knows that if I feel like I did something wrong or I got something wrong, I have no problem admitting that and apologizing for it. And there's just a few things that I want to say. I'm gonna give people time to get in here, but I am driving. I'm on my way to meet my cousin. My phone is in the holder, so I can't see the screen. I can't see the comments. Have no idea what anybody's saying, and honestly, I don't care. Hello to everybody, but I will have no idea what you say because I can't see. It's a very, very sunny day in Northwest Florida. I think there's like 50 people in here right now. I can't see. 63. Okay. I'm going to give it a few more minutes because I don't want to have to repeat myself a million times. And like I said, I cannot see the comments, so I have no idea who's here. I don't know what you're saying. I am driving, and I have had some things on my mind all night that have really been weighing pretty heavy on me. And when I feel that way about something, I know that I need to make it right for myself, not for anybody else, for me. Like I said, I'm just driving. I'm just giving people a chance to get in here because I did not send out notices. I'm literally driving down the road. It is very pretty. Gentleman Jack, if you're in here, I'm running over the rumble strips again. And I'm going. I'm on my way to meet the people that I'm meeting to go to the casino for the weekend in Mississippi. And like I said, there's just some things that I am not proud of myself. I don't like the fact that I did it, and I want to talk about it and put some things out there. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So most of you who are here know that this entire situation with Scotty, Robbie, Nikki over the last few weeks has been an absolute and utter shit show. This entire community has been that way for the last few weeks. Even before CJ passed away, there was a lot of animosity and just absolute ridiculousness that was going on. And sadly, there are so many in this place who just simply cannot let go of whatever issue is that they have with somebody. They cannot let it go. I don't know what the problem is with each of you individually. I don't know why you can't forgive people. I don't know why you hold on to things like you do. And I don't know why you can't possibly be happy being angry all the time at people that you don't know. Because I know I wasn't. I was absolutely miserable when I was over here before. Absolutely miserable. And I've never hated anybody. Ever. But I have definitely strongly disliked some people and still do. But I also give people a lot of grace, a lot more than I should sometimes. And if I get something wrong or I say something that I shouldn't, I have no problem apologizing. I've apologized to more people on this platform than I think anybody else has. But there are some people that I will never apologize to. There are also some situations that I shouldn't ever speak on. And I've been doing a lot of self-reflection because of things that people have said the last few weeks since I cut ties with Amy and that whole shit show. And anybody that knows me knows that it's on. I mean, I pay attention. I know the deal. I know people's intentions. I've been around way too long not to. And I observe everything and everybody. And I knew exactly what Amy was doing when she was feeding me information about everybody. I knew what she was doing. And I knew why she was doing it. But there's some things that I never should have spoken about. And I want to make this very clear too. This whole situation with Robbie and his alleged grape situation, I don't believe him at all. And that's his experience. He knows what happened, and the good Lord knows what happened. But I don't believe him, and I don't have to. And the only reason that I ever said anything about that is because he brought it to this platform, and he did it literally hours after he was dragging me. Well, yeah, hooligans, stick around because there's some more stuff that I'm going to say. You know, Scotty's dumbass, Robbie's dumbass, and all these other stupid fucks who keep saying, oh, Natasha's over there hate bonding. I don't hate bond. If I don't like you, I don't like you. There is a big difference in hate bonding with somebody and that whole, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. That is such bullshit. And there's several people in this chat who can tell you that I say all the time, the enemy of your enemy is not your friend. I don't hate bond. I have no need to bond with anybody. I've always stood by myself. I don't need anybody to keep me company. I have a community that is stronger than anything that any of you have. And they are loyal as fuck, which is the reason that a lot of you don't like me. I have always tried to stay away from other people's problems as far as personal stuff. But this is the drama community, and sometimes you get drug into it. And I said last night, you know, and I've said this many times, I was very, very fortunate because I had an absolutely fantastic childhood. And I don't apologize for that. I'm so very thankful and grateful that I did. I had a wonderful family, wonderful parents. Nobody in my family ever drank. I didn't even know what drugs were. No one that I ever knew growing up was a victim of SA. No one that I didn't know anything about self-harm until I was an adult. I mean, I grew up very sheltered, but not. And, you know, Scotty and Robbie are one to talk about hate bonding because the two of them are literally, the moment that something happens with anybody, they are the first to run and try to lick up the scraps of whatever's left. And they're honestly pretty close to the same person because Robbie gets on here and literally begs for everything that he has. Yes, I take up donations and I take tips, always have. But I don't have to do that as much anymore. The only reason that I have to do it on YouTube is because my channel's not monetized. I don't do that on TikTok. I battle. And I'm good at it. But to get back to what I was saying, I do not hate bond. Don't need to. Unlike all of you others, I don't need somebody to hold my hand. I've always stood right by myself. Whether somebody comes on panel with me at night or not, that does not mean that I need them to help me with anything as far as defending myself or standing up for myself and my community. I can do that just fine on my own, and I have for 6 years. And quite frankly, most of you have tried repeatedly to take me and my community down. And look how that turned out. Including Robbie and Scotty. And Scotty can downplay her dumbass comments and what she said when my aunt died all she wants to, but the proof's out there, Scotty. And you're still a skanky, trashy, low-life bitch. Now I want to say this, and I'm going to say it directly to Nikki, whether she's here or somebody tells her. I have an apology to you. And say it's hate bond and say whatever the fuck you want to. I don't care. I'm doing what I think is right. I should have never, ever spoken on or about your SA situation. Whether you spoke on it in public or not, I should never have taken the information that Amy had given me and said a word about it. That's on me. I shouldn't have. That situation is completely different than Robbie's. I don't care what she said about my children. I don't care what she said about me. That is something that I never should have spoken about. And I'm not blaming Amy for it. I did it. I took the information that Amy gave me and I spoke about it. That's on me. That's my responsibility. Doesn't matter who gave me the information. I'm the one that made the decision to speak on it. I did it out of anger, and I did it out of spite, and I shouldn't have. It is not my place, or quite frankly, anybody else's, to judge somebody else on their past experiences. Because none of us know what anybody has experienced as a child, or as an adult for that matter. We can speculate till the cows come home. But none of us were there, and we don't know whether there's whether there's discrepancies, whether there's this, whether there's that. We don't know. Maybe they're telling a different version of it because they don't want people to actually know the truth. Maybe the actual truth is too much for them to talk about. I don't know. But what I do know is that it's none of my business, and I had no business speaking on it to begin with. And I know that she has done some things to you, to y'all, to some of you that are unforgivable. There are some things that she has said about my children that I will never forget that she said. But that's just not the way I work. I always forgive people because that's what I'm supposed to do. And I would be pretty miserable if I walked around all the time not forgiving people who do me wrong. Because let's face it, I get blamed for just about every fucking thing on the internet, especially in this place. Look at the last few days, how everything has been tried to turn around on me because I'm the easy person to blame. Look at all of the people, the constant haters, the ones who are in every chat. And even if I'm not being spoke about, they bring me up and make the conversation about me. Those are the problem. Those are the people who have the problem. The problem ain't me. Yes, I will tell you off in a hot minute if you fuck around and piss me off or you go at me or mine. Get the fuck over it. I've said it 1,000 times, then leave me the fuck alone. You don't like me, you don't like something that I've done, shut the fuck up and go on and don't watch me. But those of you who have this obsession on me and who have literally followed me and stalked me, call it whatever the fuck body that you can, to try to get information to go on a live or make a video about, you are the problem. not been able to get that out of my head. And that was weeks ago, if not months. And I've talked to Jax about this. I've talked to Jax about it. That is not something, I'm running off the damn road. That is not something that is normal behavior, and nobody should be doing it. Nobody should be digging into anybody's public records. Nobody should be digging into anybody's family. Nobody should be doing any of that shit. It's the fucking internet. If you've got a problem with somebody, cuss them the fuck out and move on. Call them fat, call them ugly. Do what the fuck ever you've got to in this stupid ass trauma community. But stop doing this shit. Stop paying people for fucking pictures. Stop looking up people on Facebook, finding their Facebook groups, and all of this other shit. Just fucking stop it. If the biggest shit stirrers around here would just stop their shit, the majority of this would dissipate. And there would not be near as much conflict. And guess what? Some of you might actually fucking like each other. One of my mods just told me something that I thought was funny. They were watching Nikki's stream from last night, and they were watching her chat. And apparently some of the people in her chat said that they never would have thought that they would look at me with different eyes. Well, here's the thing. You don't know me. You don't know me. Most of you have never tried to get to know me. You know a rumor. You know what somebody else has said. Or you've come in when I'm cussing somebody out and you think I'm the problem. But you don't stick around or try to find out what got me to the point of reacting. Everybody just acts like I'm some villain and some raging lunatic that goes off on people all the time. Like I just sit here and say, my pretties, who's gonna be my victim today? Fuck that. I don't have the time for that shit. And you want to know, because y'all just, some of y'all can't seem to figure it out. All of y'all always wonder how I have the community that I have, why people stick around. And Robbie said the other day that people drop out of my community like flies. Where? Where do people drop out of my community like flies? No, I'll tell you what happens. The scum-sucking shitbags fall off the turd. That's what happens. The people who don't belong here leave. And guess what? A lot of them, when they leave and they go somewhere else and they see how it is there, come back. And it's almost always the same. Almost every single time, it's the same thing that they say. You were right. Those people are exactly what you said they were. And I don't know many times, and this isn't me trying to be conceited or brag, I don't know many times that if I tell y'all something about somebody, it does not turn out to be true. Because I pay attention. To everything. Everything. Most of the time when people don't think I am, don't think that I don't know what's going on, because I do. And it cracks me the hell up because so many of these fucking losers think that I watch their streams. The only time I watch anything is if somebody sends me a clip. And that happened, I learned that lesson a long time ago. Because what you don't know don't hurt you. And guess what? The shit that a lot of you say fucking hurts. The way that y'all go after my family, the way that y'all go after my children, hell, the way that you go after my appearance, my weight, all that shit hurts. I'm a human being just like all of you are. And I have feelings just like you do. Y'all have just dehumanized me to a point and villainized me to a point that nobody sees me as a human being. I'm just Natasha Cooper, NC. Oh, she doesn't fucking matter. She doesn't have feelings. Look at this damn toxicity of social media. Their whole ass channel is built on my name. Look at how many other people's channels have literally been built on my back. And every one of them have made money from my name and the pain that they have inflicted on me. Every one of them. But I'm the problem. I'm the problem. People get their feelings hurt for whatever fucking reason, and then they cry and whine and want their money back for whatever they donated for and call me a scammer. Everybody wants to see me in prison. Everybody wants to see me arrested. Everybody wants to see me lose everything I've got. That dumbass Chroma True History channel, the post they made this morning, talking about my mother and my daughter embezzling milk. Bitch, shut the fuck up. I don't know who your illiterate ass is, but somebody seriously needs to commit you to the psych ward. Because you're one of the dumbest motherfuckers I have ever in my life even tried to translate. And you don't know shit about what you're talking about. And then dumbass Glenn, he made... shit. Woo, that stupid fucker is burnt the fuck out. Do you hear me? Burnt the fuck out. He made some post today. Here's the receipts, Mrs. Cooper. First of all, it's not Mrs., it's Miss. I'm not married anymore. You wouldn't know that. You can't even spell the. T-H-E. But first of all, I don't even know what you put up. It's nothing. It is absolutely fucking nothing. And if those are the receipts that you claim you've been working on for months, somebody needs to take you back to kindergarten, sir. You are a fucking lost cause. An abso-fucking-lute lost cause. And an absolute loser. I don't give a fuck what you put out there, dumbass. I don't care what any of you put out there. It is nothing that other people haven't for years. Do it. Have at it. Give it your best shot. Attaboy. But this is one thing that you can take to the bank. What Robbie did 2 nights ago, whether it was fake or not, was wrong on every single level. Every single level, what he did was wrong. Whether Nikki was in on it, whether she wasn't, whatever. He was wrong. And the more that I've thought about it, and the more that I've tried to reason through it, the more I 100% believe that he was being serious. Because that's just who he is. How many times has he done that before? How many times has he raged out on somebody and cussed them out screaming and hollering like that? More times than I can count in the 5 years, 6 years that I've been on YouTube. And what does he do afterwards? Radio silence. Has anybody heard from him? Have you seen him on a panel? Because he's been literally whore hopping panels for I don't know how long now. But all of a sudden since that, radio silence other than a picture of his cat. Why? Because he knows he fucked up. And I don't know if Nikki's covering for him or if she genuinely is done with it and didn't know what to do that night. But her entire behavior was bizarre too. I don't understand any of it. I don't understand any of these people, and I don't want to. Because I don't want to be like them, ever. And at one point, I was getting pretty close. Before I left this place 2 years ago, I was getting pretty damn close to being just like them. And that is somewhere that I will never be again. I did not like myself. I did not like my behavior. And I was miserable. And I will never let myself get to that point again. Ever. And unlike most of these people, I don't have any problem admitting my faults and when I'm wrong. I'm wrong all the time. All of the time. I'm pulling over so I can actually talk and see what y'all are saying. I'm wrong all the time. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. Grits, I feel like I was getting close to there. And I'm going to tell you, and you take this for what it's worth, but if you have not taken a step back from this community, an actual break, complete detox, you do not understand how absolutely how absolutely crazy this place is. And Jax, that is, in all honesty, where I have landed today. I think that Nikki completely or maybe overestimated. She overestimated her worth to Robbie. Robbie needs more than the internet can give him. YouTube is not anywhere close to the level of help that he needs. And the people that enable him, the people that are constantly in his chat, egging him on, you are the problem. I'm not trying to lead a movement. I ain't trying to lead nothing. I'm just telling you my thoughts after a lot of thought in the last 24 hours. And I'm going to tell you something. Those of you who are in every chat egging the shit on, oh, this one, you are the problems. You are the problems. The ones who run from chat to chat, toting the tails and stirring the shit, you are just as much a problem as the people who are doing the deeds. And those of you who claim to be so close to Robbie, Siren, Lokamai, y'all need to be doing something with your friend because he needs help. He is, I 1,000%, my hand on a Bible, 1,000. Believe that he is a danger to himself and others. And I don't care what you think about that. And I absolutely meant what I said last night. I would not care if he did jump out of a window. I would not care if he ceased to breathe. And you want to know what the sad thing is? I don't know many people who would. And that is nobody's fault but Robbie's. I have heard sobriety for the last 6 years. From the time that I came to this place, that is all I've ever heard from him. And I have yet to see him sober. And anybody who thinks he's sober now, you are deluding yourself. I don't know that he's ever been sober. But I absolutely stand by what I said. He is a danger to himself and others. And for multiple reasons. And whether what he did the other night on Nikki's panel was serious or if he was joking, he triggered so many people, re-traumatizing them. And for what? For what? So that you and Scotty can go poke at Nikki some more? And listen, I still stand by what I said the other night, and I don't give a shit who thinks it's hate bonding. I'm not over there trying to hold Nikki's hand, and I never will. She has said things about my children, my mother, that I will never forget. Things I've never even remotely come close to saying about her or hers, and I never would. And Nikki has sat beside Robbie when he has done the worst of the worst and said nothing. And only now, because he's treating her the same way, is she coming to the realization that it was wrong. And I get that sometimes that's what it takes, but that doesn't make you a good person either. And people can say whatever they want, Nikki included. You came after me for some alleged slight that you thought I had done. I didn't come after you, Nikki. You came after me. And I ignored you for a very long time. And I've never done things like these people have, yet I am touted as being worse than them. I have seen so many people make comments that I'm worse than Scotty, Nikki, and Robbie put together. How? Well, housewife, if that's the case, she had a very weird way of showing it. And I am nice to everybody until I'm not. If you're respectful, I'm respectful right back. But if you're not, I'm not. And I will eat you alive. And everybody that knows me knows that about me. And Robbie, you can make fun of me saying right's right, but it is. And what you and Scotty did the other night on your channel to Nikki, if it was real, was wrong. It was wrong. And I didn't know the entire details of what she said Scotty did because I don't watch all of it. I just see pieces, whatever we play on my lives or what people send me. I didn't know that Scotty had threatened to find the person that Nikki said abused her. I had no idea that she said she was going to do that. Anybody that does that is one evil fuck. I don't care if you believe it's true or not. And now I completely understand why she would not want to make peace with her. Why would you want to make peace with somebody who threatened to do that? I have been telling y'all since Scotty reared her fucking double head over here with Lycan. Just like I told y'all about Lycan and nobody fucking listened. I told y'all that he was no good. Some of y'all flocked to him, thought he was the best thing since sliced bread. Where y'all at now? Where's he? She grew out of his ass crack. What did you expect? She's just like him. Only worse. Because she was the one who did the dirty stuff that Lycan didn't have the balls to do. She was his hench man. And I said man intentionally. Well, Tiffany, you know, and you and I had this conversation the other day in our chat. And I don't think you understood what I was trying to say exactly. But the back and forth is one thing. And I'll be honest, there are not many people on this platform who have not hurt my feelings in some way or another. And I used to go from 0 to 100 in 2 seconds. Y'all know me. Somebody pop off and I'm right back. I don't even give a fuck anymore. I don't even care. Most of this mess, you know, when Nikki first started going after my kids and everybody was raging and ranting and saying, I don't understand how you're staying so calm. I don't understand how you're not reacting. I don't understand how you're not calling her out. Listen, when you've had this shit done to you as much as I have over the years, at some point, you're numb to it. And that's the sad thing. Nobody should ever have to be numb to this behavior. Nobody. Nobody should be targeted for years, harassed at every turn, everywhere they go, on every platform. Just because somebody doesn't like something that they said to them or something that they did or some perceived wrong and that somebody thinks, Nobody should have people out here trying to recruit a whole damn group of people to hate you nonstop, day and night. That has been my entire life on this platform for 5 years. And a lot of you were part of it. And it is abuse. It absolutely is abuse. And these people will be like, oh, she's so full of shit. She's blah, 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 blah. They will justify their behavior any way they can. Because they cannot face who they are. And who they've become. And that was me too. Well, I will be the first to tell you, Roosting, I wouldn't have made peace at all. I'm a Clover, they don't care that I hurt. They want me to hurt. That is literally their focus. That is their goal, for me to hurt me. For whatever reason, that is their goal. Somebody on here literally went through foreign porn sites to try to find somebody that looks like my boyfriend in order to try to convince me that he's a porn star. Are you kidding me right now? Scotty was threatening to contact religious people in his country to try to get him hung in the town square. Who the fuck does this shit? And some of you sit in their chats and encourage it. Look at how many of you sat in her chat or donated to her when she was taking up money to drive to Florida to kill me. Look at how many of you did that. And look at how many of you said one word about it. How many people denounced it? How many people called it out? I can count on one hand. That nasty, skanky, trouser-titted bitch literally said she was going to come to Florida and beat my ass, put her hands on me in front of my children. Put me in the dirt. And y'all gave her money to do it. How do you think that makes me feel? How would it make you feel? If there's literally people, a group of people who gave money for somebody to come to unalive you in front of your children. Do any of you know what that feels like? And I've said this a million times. Y'all have no idea how many nights over the last 5 years I have cried myself to sleep because of the things that a lot of you have said and done towards me and the people that I love. I don't open up to anybody. I don't get close to anybody. I don't tell anybody anything because I can't. I keep everything to myself. My mother had no idea about anything that has gone on YouTube. None of my family did. I kept it from them because I didn't want them to feel the way I felt, especially when they started in on Aunt Debbie when she died. And then look at what they did when Nikki died and my grandmother. No, I don't complain. What good does complaining do? If anybody asks me if I'm okay, I just say, I'm fine. I'm always fine. Because I have no other choice. Hannah got a little taste. Mostly disappointment from her channel being taken down. Because I shielded her from the majority of it. That's what I'm supposed to do. And over what? My channel went down and all these people scream, your channels went down because of your actions. Then why did my child's go down? Because her cooking somehow violated a policy? No, because all of you were jealous of how much money I made. Because you couldn't figure out how to do the same thing. And you still can't. Look at where y'all are at now. The same stuck on stupid places that you were then. And because y'all hated me for whatever reason, you took it out on my daughter. And still do. Look at this Trauma History channel. Look at the things Nikki's called my child. I don't know one other person on this platform who deals with the amount of hate every single day that I do. I don't. Some of you may have gotten a little taste of it, but I don't know anybody that gets the amount of hate that I do. And for what? Why? Why? It all started with Gypsy Rose case and Fancy, and it has just ballooned from there. Fancy's resentment and jealousy started all of this. And it's just blown up from there with people adding on to it. And I know I've said this a lot, but I mean it. If I was not as strong as I am, I wouldn't still be here. If I didn't love my children as much as I do, I wouldn't still be here. Nobody deserves to be put through the shit that I have been put through on this platform. Nobody. I literally am treated worse than murderers. I've had all of this on my mind since I heard Wyoming's video last night. And I do not care for Wyoming at all. At all. She's part of the problem around here. Listening in, running back, telling the other one what this one's saying, running back. She is part of the problem. She is one of the biggest shit stirrers. But I heard genuine hurt in her voice last night. And that's not okay. It's not. The amount of people who've commented on my post with a little bit about their experience with suicide, that's not okay. The amount of people who were triggered, re-traumatized by Robbie's behavior the other night, it's not okay. They did try to get Mariah taken away, repeatedly. I know that, I know that Robbie's outburst against Nikki was about me. Robbie cannot stand that he cannot get the best of me. And he never has been able to. Look at all of the vile things he has said and done. He went live for hours about me right before he did that. Calling my mother every name in the book, saying my mother's going to die by the end of next year. I'm going to have cancer and die an absolutely horrible, painful death by the end of next year. And that's what his intuition tells him. And I deserve it. Look at all of the things he said about my grandmother and my sister, my children, my granddaughter. And some of you have sat there and listened to it and said nothing. Or enabled it, encouraged it. Because we laughed at his singing. Think about that for a minute. All of that he said and did was because we were laughing at his Sheba Wawa stupidity. I know you don't, Manon. I know. That's another thing that the majority of these people don't realize is how many people actually watch me. that don't say anything unless they have something to say, or unless there's something that they feel I need to know. I honestly don't know what my purpose in doing this was. I just, like I said, that has really weighed heavy on me since last night about Nikki and the SA situation. And hearing Wyoming, that just wasn't right. Wasn't right. I literally was talking to my mods on the phone, and I told them, I said, I just feel like I need to say this. It's been really bothering me all night. If you haven't read my post that I made on my community post about the people, the harassment, the cyber stalking, go read it. Because if there is anything that is the truth, it is that. And those of you who do it should very much read it. And I'm going to make a list with receipts of the things you've said and done with dates on them to show how long you've been doing it. I'm about to call every one of y'all out and embarrass your asses. I've had it. Enough is enough. I have took y'all's shit and took your shit and put up with your shit, ignored your shit. I ain't doing it no more. Y'all want to bring me up everywhere you go? You want to make ridiculous comments and say things about me that aren't right and aren't true? I'm going to call your ass out about it every single time. Well, Roosting, that is because, and I've said this a million times, Robbie cares about nobody but Robbie. That's it. Robbie cares about Robbie, and Robbie cares about who is sending him money. That is the only thing he cares about. You know what he says about me? I know, Manon. I know. But calling out these people who have been after me for years is something that I need to do. And Nana, nobody should ever be made to feel that way because of the internet. Ever. He'll have some grandiose excuse